Welcome to Unshrinkable, the podcast with a very catchy jingle and where we meet with some really inspiring women doing important work in the world. Get ready for powerful stories and practical tools to support you on your healing journey. I am your host, Emily Katz, and now let's dive into the episode with our next beautiful guest expert. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to introduce today's incredible guest, Blanche Moskovici. Blanche is a women's chronic pain relief coach, author, and speaker, helping women free themselves from chronic pain without medication so they can reclaim their lives and enjoy the simple pleasures again. Blanche's journey is deeply personal. After experiencing chronic pain from car accidents, injuries, and even a mini stroke, she discovered the power of energy arts like Qigong to dissolve pain and heal naturally. This life-changing transformation led her to develop the pain-free Fab3 process for self-healing, which she now shares with women worldwide and will share with us today. I'm very excited. In our conversation, Blanche will reveal how chronic pain isn't just physical. It's a full body experience connected to our energy, emotions, and mindset. She'll share how women can tap into their body's natural ability to heal, regain their strength, and experience what she calls pain-free moments. Her clients describe her as a miracle worker, saying that working with her has allowed them to walk, play, work, and live without pain dominating their lives. One client shared, "Pain isn't my life anymore. It's not the thing I revolve around. It's manageable now, and I can finally experience the joy of moving freely again." This episode is for every woman who has ever felt trapped by pain and wondered if relief was possible. Blanche is here to show you that it is. So let's dive in. Hi, Blanche.
Hi, Emily. Thank you for having me on, and I am so excited to share this with you. It gives me goosebumps all over my body.
Yay! Thank you for being here, and thank you for giving us your time and your wisdom. I'm very excited to dive in. So we will. So Blanche, please, can you introduce yourself and specifically how you got here doing what you do?
For me, I have many hats, and I've always been in taking care of people when it comes to health, mental health. And I started out as a clairvoyant, working for 8 years, going across Canada, the US, and connecting with people internationally using my clairvoyant skills. I called myself back then the Intuitive Edge Consultant. And I do have moments of revival of that where I feel like I want to tap into that energy again, and I do a fair or an event. And this part of me, I carry with me wherever I go with any person that I meet. It always plays into my work with people. So I really follow my gut and my visions. My visions speak volumes. And there was a moment in time where I've lived through a lot of trauma in my life. And I'm sure some of you out there can relate that when you are someone growing up with adverse childhood experiences, that builds a lot of resilience. I call myself, my middle name is Perseverance, honestly, because I keep going and going and going, no matter what. And whatever I set my mind to and commit to, I achieve it. And whatever the traumas I've lived, it did not touch as far as pain goes when I found myself visiting my mother's gravesite after my sister-in-law passed away. And she was my number one confidant when it comes to family issues. And here I am getting locked up in the cemetery. And there's nobody in sight. It's a Sunday, September, the sun is setting, and I have to climb out of that cemetery. And it was really scary. When I run up the hill, get on top of that thick rock wall, I felt like I had an angel and a devil on either side of my shoulders telling me what to do and what not to do. At one point, I decide to jump. And the pain of hitting the ground was so excruciating. Yet, when you get hit, there was a numbness that sets in to the body to protect you. And that allowed me to get up, get into the vehicle, the Jeep, and get home. And then the pain started to kick in. So, survival mode, get out of there. And then it's living with what just happened. And so, when we have experiences that are not only just emotional, but physical, and they get trapped into the body, that can lead to long-term chronic pain if it's not processed. And I didn't have time to process my pain at that moment. My gyno said to me, "We have to go into surgery and remove your uterus."
But wait, you jumped and so the pain was in your foot? What was the connection to the
The
uterus?
pain, I'll explain to you. I'm a little bit fast. I jump over it.
It's okay.
I fell on my left side of my body,
Mm.
and my hand tried to stop the blow, the fall. And so that, of course, affects my arm, my leg, my foot, my hips. Everything got twisted. And when the pelvis is twisted, that impacts your energy levels. Actually, the left side of the body and the pelvis, where you've got your left ovary, Tammy Lynn Kent, who's a physical therapist for women, talks about the left ovary dealing with boundaries and the right ovary dealing with being bold and going out there into the world. And I had to learn boundaries. I don't know if any of you understand that one.
Most of us probably.
So that's a big part of learning how to deal with chronic pain. Boundaries. That's a little tip there. And I can go deeper into that. So the pain was throbbing. It was limiting. It didn't allow, my sleep was impacted for a while, where I was tossing and turning and I could not figure out what's a comfortable position. I was getting very depressed, losing my sister-in-law who was in Israel from cancer, dealing with the physical pain, losing my uterus, and a whole bunch of other stuff. When it rains, it pours sometimes, right? And so pain took on a different flavor in my life that it never took on before. I was used to dealing with emotional, psychological pain before that happened. For 3 years, I was looking for a way out to get rid of my pain, and I've tried so many different options, from acupuncture, laser therapy, osteopathy, massage, you name it. And one day I went into my osteopath. I was praying for relief, and it makes me cry thinking about it. And she says to me, "Don't pray. Don't look to me to heal you. You need to heal yourself." And wow, that was a wake-up call. And that's when I started to search to find, how can I heal myself? And for any of you who are stuck of looking to others to heal you and wondering if you can heal yourself, and I need to put a point out here. Healing is not curing. They're two different things. So it's important to understand that self-healing is you taking care of yourself on the fly as things arise.
Yeah.
So that got me going on the track to find, and it took me 3 years, and that's when I came upon Qigong. And my heart chakra was pounding, letting me know this is the thing. The infinity symbol in my chest said, this is it. And when the person talked about that infinity symbol right in the same spot, that's a no-brainer for me. I
What's
knew
the infinity symbol?
the infinity symbol, it's kind of like the energy is continuing to flow. It just
Mm,
keeps on
okay.
flowing, and you're making it happen.
So can you tell a little bit about Qigong for those of us like me who are not very familiar with it?
Qigong is energy healing arts, Chinese,
Hmm.
ancient Chinese origin, that allows you to tap into your energy field, your energy body, into your essence, and get the energy flowing through your body, through your field. You know, there are meridians when it comes to acupuncture. Just the other day, my partner, he was in a motorcycle accident and he was seeing an acupuncturist, and she has a very different way to tap into a healing for him. And it was to get the chi flowing through acupuncture. Now, I'm saying to you, you can get your chi flowing with just a few movements, with your imagination, with feeling your energy body, and with anchoring, with bridging your breath with your mind, your heart, your body, your pelvis. I'll just show you. This is my pain-free living as possible system. You
Hmm.
start by learning to feel your energy body. Then you are anchoring in your imagination. We're going to do that today. And then you're going to bridge your breath, and we're going to bring the breath down into the pelvis. Okay. Now, if you want to know more about what I do, I have a 6-week, but the the that is the heart of it. That is the heart of it, the process. So that you can, all you need is life force. We're all born with life force, attention. You need to be able to attend to what it is we're focusing on. And you need to just be here. Be here with me today, and we will work on something that is significant for you, even though you are watching this replay.
I love this. I feel that as well. Thank you for sharing, by the way, also like your journey and what you went through and that pain. I saw it really is when you're in that kind of helplessness and that kind of real desperation of, I just really need someone to help me and tell me what to do. That was, it must have been like profound pivotal moment for you being like, okay, I need to help myself. I need to figure this out. And it sounds like you'd already been doing quite a lot of that. You tried a whole bunch of different things already, right?
I
So,
have.
but lucky you had that osteopath come and tell you that.
Yes.
But I
Eh,
think what I love is that there was the life force. I feel that so many of us in this day and age in mainstream society, we don't learn enough, talk enough. Like it's not even in like mainstream language, this life force, like what it is and chi, right? Like the energy, the fact that energetic beings, right? It's not something that we learn about or cover in school and stuff like that. And
no.
so that's like one huge piece. And then the other piece you said was the attention, right? What we're bringing
Yes.
our attention to, our awareness to, and the fact that we are conscious awareness and that we're experiencing our emotions, we're experiencing life, we're experiencing things, but we can observe and we can bring our attention, like we have more power and more control than we think, right? But we feel
Totally.
so disempowered and so powerless so much of the time because of the way we're kind of conditioned and because we're so unaware about all of these things on the life force and then the being is also such a powerful piece because we are so busy in our heads and in the monkey mind and in the worrying and in the past and in what was and in what will be and whether like when we're not really that we're not present enough. And those of us who are more present and know how to just kind of be, we're way happier. you
It,
know
it, it's, it gives you freedom. It gives you
yeah,
permission to choose, to decide what you focus on. And it
but it's
allows
literally
you
like
to
a
shift.
muscle. It's
It is.
mindfulness, right? It's a mindfulness like muscle. Like we're so attached to our thoughts, and we identify with our thoughts and with our emotions, right? People don't. I said this the other day. We say, I am anxious, I am depressed, and it's like, no, you're experiencing anxiety, you're experiencing depression, right? You are
Yes.
not anxiety. But we say, I am anxious, and it's like we really identify with our emotions and our experiences and our thoughts, and yet with presence, with being, with awareness, with having a system and like having a framework that can actually give you back the power to then heal yourself, right? Like I love it.
And it's like, for me, what's really important is developing that. I really like the way you bring in conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
because the conditioning is something that we repeat on often unconsciously
Default, it's
in
the
the
autopilot, it's
day.
the program. Yeah.
And it's just to be able to stop for a moment and choose. and
Well,
and and
they say that 95% of our thoughts and behaviors and everything is subconscious. It's like programmed, as in like it's an autopilot. Only 5% is conscious. Like I'm consciously choosing to do this. I'm consciously choosing to think about this or fit. And so like so much of that is like just the programming and the conditioning that we've had, and bringing the ability to actually say, hold on, I want to be more conscious, more aware, more present, have that choice, like bring that power back to choose how I'm experiencing and thinking. And it's, yeah.
and one of the things that I really find important with what you're saying is, the conditioning is past. The event happened in the past,
Yes.
and we're living it in the present. How to shift out of that is to recognize today is February 5th, 2025. This is who I am, present moment. I am safe. This is a safe space. I'm safe with you, Emily, to talk about anything. And so it's really about bringing yourself to the now, and to feel and touch and smell and recognize you are here right now. So what's important to understand is that the images, the memories, the images, the visual scenarios, they're the ones that make it or break it when it comes to keeping you stuck. If you can change the image, then you can change how you feel about it and reduce the emotional charge so it no longer triggers you. And, for me, and you noticed, you watched me. I'm talking about something, I'm happy. I'm talking about something else that is more sad. You saw me come to tears. The mind, the brain goes
So
with the
powerful.
image, whatever we are imagining. So that's your power.
Yes. And then you have the different kinds of, this is why I love doing this, because if you watch all my other episodes, we talk about it overlaps. We talk about so much of the same thing, just from a different
Yes.
angle, different entry point, a
Yes.
different approach. And that's why I love it, because at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. We're trying to
Yes.
find ways to heal ourselves. It's just, what is the way that works for you, right? And that is one of my
Totally.
partners, about finding what works for you. And this is what you found that works for you and works for the clients that are finding you and that come to you, right? Because it is such it sounds like a beautiful way to address these exact things of the being and the awareness and the attention and the life force and the things that really do need attention. But you can, like, it's very similar to, like, perception and reframing and,
Exactly.
reconditioning, and
Yes.
it's just a different access point. And I love
And
it.
erasing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Awesome. So, what else? So, you got the Qigong, right? You found Qigong, and then take us from there. What happened once you discovered Qigong?
I lit up.
But how did you get from, like, did you went to some lessons and then you said, okay, I've got to study this. And then how did you get from like I found Qigong to, I have this whole process now and this approach
Oh
that I
my
do with my
God.
clients.
Oh my goodness. That was in 2016. I found Qigong,
Okay.
and the teachers, the one teacher, it was online. And so it was a situation of just participating, being online. At that moment in time, it was a rough period of my life, and I decided to stop walking. And then I just started to heal.
Hmm.
And with the Qigong, I participated in the I first took a 4-week course, and that's all I did. And then it took me until maybe 2018 to actually join the group, the Facebook group. But before that, just doing a course did what needed to be done. So if you're someone who likes to learn on your own, then that's perfect. I'm actually working on making that happen. So just bear with me. I'll get something out there on video. But for the actual Qigong, we are going to do what we call a Qi ball to start building the energy, and you feeling the energy in the palm of your hands. I started to get a body buzz by doing the warm-up exercises. And so my body started to lift and move in ways that it didn't before. I've continued with 2 other teachers doing Qigong to learn, like you, with speaking with other professionals about healing, getting different angles. It's all about healing. Even Qigong, it's all about healing. Yet I wanted to have different points of view and just get a sense of what resonates for me and picking out what resonates for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I want to share this with you, but with my current teacher, he has something called the deal method, where you're standing and you are basically, a lot of us, we listen with one ear. And to be able to listen with both ears to what's going on, think of yourself like a deer, and these are your antlers, and you are scanning the territory. Woohoo! Didn't expect that one.
That was awesome. Thanks, Zoom. That was very cool. I'm
My
keeping
goodness.
that
To be aware of your environment.
in.
What Qigong does is allows you to be aware not only of your body, but your body in your environment. So if you are an empath or a highly sensitive person or intuitive, your intuition is going to be amplified. And I don't know how that makes you feel. How does that make you feel, Emily?
I'm literally just thinking like the amount of info and experiences that I'm getting from all of these different episodes and these beautiful and amazing, incredible women like you, like gifted, like teaching me all this different stuff. I'm like, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna have like superpowers.
You already
I'm gonna be
have
like,
superpowers. That's why you're here, and that's why you are leading this podcast.
oh, yay, thank you. But I'm very excited. Like, I genuinely get really lit up by learning about this stuff because I really feel it's empowering. Like, knowledge is power, but then we also get to practice and implement and feel it a bit. And it's just super empowering. I love it.
It is, and it also brings a smiles. And when I see a woman smile, because the smile's coming from the inside, that's it. I get goosebumps just thinking about it, because I know in all my being, in every cell of my body, it works. And her smile or smiles is just a confirmation that something shifted, something happened. She knows she can do it. You can do it too.
Let's do it then. So, are you ready to dive into the practice? Because I do.
I am ready to dive in.
Let's do it.
So
stretching a bit. Okay.
So what I'm going to invite you to do
Yep.
is your hands, they can be in front of your belly, okay, or where they're comfortable. And I'm going to ask you to rub them.
By the way, this is energetic stuff, and I just want to ask, this is safe for anyone to do, right?
This is safe for anyone to do. It's your energy field. It's your energy body. It's not mine. It's not Emily's. It's all yours.
Okay.
Totally.
Because I did, there was hypno breath work that I did once, and it was very dysregulating. And there were a few people that were doing it in the group, and the facilitator didn't mention that this could be very dysregulating. So the people who were still struggling with like trauma and dysregulation, they really struggled with it. So I always, like I do when it's something like this and energetic, I find it like I just ask if it's safe. I'm currently pregnant.
Hey, so actually, I just remembered something with Qigong. Is with the pregnancy, I won't go into the pelvis because you've got a baby there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand up and get the life force energy activated and just do that for safety purposes.
Pause. Yes, I am interrupting. I'm sorry. But if you're enjoying this episode, you can prove it by liking and subscribing. And also, please share it with a friend who's into all things healing. It will be a huge, awesome support for us. So yeah, go do that. Okay, cool. Back to the show. Thank you. Love you.
Because remembering, I just remembered with pregnancy, you need to be careful with energy. So
I always ask, I always check. Oh, you can't.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking twice because I needed to see it to remember the pregnancy part. Okay.
Good.
Do you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So feet hip width apart. Okay. I want you to just feel your feet grounded on the floor.
Okay.
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 Okay. I want you to feel how much energy are in your hands out of 10. Give me a number out of 10 as to how much energy you feel in your hands.
How much energy I feel in my hands? Out of 10, I would say right now, based on the fact that I've never felt into how much energy, so I don't know, like the more or less, but I would say 4.
Okay. So bank that. Okay. Now we're going to shake our body. So you're just going to swing your hands, bending at the elbow. Okay. And you're just going to do that. What we're doing is activating the life force energy. This is a very gentle warm-up exercise. You're activating your life force energy. Now, you're going to straighten your hands and you're going to straighten the elbows and you're going to do it again. And let's see if you can notice the primordial, the first time when you're born, this is the first energy line that kicks in and starts building. And if you feel a tugging at your, belly, going up to your belly button, that's that primordial meridian that's formed when you are a baby. And so your baby is getting that primordial energy activated. Okay. And this is healthy. Okay, now you're going to imagine that we're friends, we're out swimming, and we're going to be spritzing water at each other playfully. So you're going to bend your knees and you're going to spritz my way, like you're spritzing water in my face for fun. And now, so you can imagine I'm playing with you. And I want you to imagine now that you're going to do that with a sound. And then you come back. Sound activates the chi. And you're going to bring your arms to slow down, to stop. And I'd like you to now check in with your hands, the palms of your hands, and feel out of 10 how much energy you've got moving in your hands now. Or maybe tingling.
While they're still down? Maybe a little bit more. I feel a lot of energy in my arms.
Okay, because it's going up and going into the body.
Mm-hmm.
So how much are you feeling in your hands now?
There's tingles in my fingers. Now, okay, now there's more energy coming in. Now
Out of
it's like
10.
a 6.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you to imagine that you're like a tree where your roots are going down into the earth as deep as you're tall. And like I said, with the chi ball, you're going to put it in your heart. And so with this energy that you've developed, imagine pure golden white light in the center between these 2 points, which are called the Lao Gong energy center points. And I want you to expand slowly, contract. And as you expand, you inhale. And as you contract, you exhale. As you expand, you inhale. As you contract, you exhale. I want you, Emily, to check in on your belly and see if you're noticing anything. Inhale.
He's moving.
Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And imagine this pure golden white light in the center, denser and denser molecules. Okay. To the point where it's so dense that you can't bring your hands together. Do you feel something between your hands? Okay. Now I'd like you to imagine thinking of giving this to someone as a gift of healing in your mind. I'd like you to gift this chi ball, this beautiful energy. You can also give it to yourself, into your heart. But if you want to give it to someone, choose someone in your mind's eye that you want to gift this beautiful golden white light energy ball to. And share it with them and ask them to put it into their hearts. And symbolically, you can bring it into your heart, knowing that they've received the gift. Bring the palms of your hands to your heart, to hold your heart, knowing that they've received it. And just sit there with that feeling. Someone you know you wanted to give some loving, healing energy to has been given a gift by you.
Mm.
How much energy do you feel in your hands now?
I have to say, when I closed my eyes, I imagined who I'm giving it to. I had a little bit of a pulse, like very small, and it felt like there was something there. Like I could feel like a mass. Like there's a mass that I could that was very high. Like that was the energy that I felt there was like 10.
And that's
Now
that's
that
the
I'm like
chi.
that, then I've given it, and now that I'm here, it's gone back down again to like a to like a 4 again, 4 or 5.
Okay. So you know when you are giving,
When I had the ball
It's high.
giving it, that's when I felt something. I felt a ball.
Yes. And that's your chi. That is your energy. So you are able to feel your energy to a 10 out of 10.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
any of you, that is your energy. The whole process is your energy. And I have goosebumps again, lots of goosebumps with you.
Good thing.
So just know that you can take that ball of energy and you can put it anywhere in your body. I did not want to have you put it in your belly because I do not want to disrupt your
Thank you.
natural process of
Thank you.
baby.
Yeah. But then what does that like my chi, my energy, like let's say I gave it to someone, so and someone far away, so I have no idea of like I won't even be able to check in if they felt anything. But like let's say I give it to myself or to someone, like what is that supposed to then do? Is there like would I feel a shift? Would they feel a shift? Would they like what's the outcome, so to speak?
The outcome would be to, this is where I'd need to go further with you with the visualization to actually bring the pain into that chi ball and be able to move outside of the pain zone into the territory of pure golden white light, quantum field. So that's a whole other process, and it's a longer process. Yet, if you know that you can create a chi ball, you're on your way. That's all you need is being able to create a chi ball. You can heal yourself. That's the starting point. And if any of you want to go further with it into the actual self-healing of the chronic pain, feel free to reach out to me.
Yes, your links are your Blanche's links are in the description, wherever it is here, that whatever platform you're watching on. But yeah, how does it look actually working with you? That's another thing as well. Like what are sessions like? What would someone expect?
Well, I'll be very honest. In the first session, you're going to be able to bring your pain down to 0 out of 10. And in each consecutive session, you'll be able to bring your pain down to 0.
That's so cool. And is there like specific cases where it does or doesn't work, or is it effective for any kind of case?
Well, because I tailor to the person and what they are living, I work with my fundamentals and my foundational skills, and I adapt to what you are living, what it is that you're experiencing. So being honest, I have not come across anyone yet where it has not worked. But if anyone wants to come and check it out and test it,
yeah,
I'm more
try
than willing
me.
to
Let's
find
see
out.
if
I'm
you
more
can get
than
my
willing
way.
to
Yeah.
find out.
No, because it's a genuine, I think it's a legitimate question because there's many, first of all, many people who suffer with chronic pain, might not believe that it's even possible for them, right? So the first piece is like believing, right? Which I hope this is going to help with that, like believing that it is possible, right? And actually, I'll have you pull up your testimonial you showed me earlier. I'd love you to really share that in a second, but there's like some people have a pain that I think when you mentioned like you had that injury that was a very physical injury, but that it was connected in your system, right, to an emotional pain and to
100%.
trauma. And so that kind of keeps it in a whole different loop, right? It's like keeping it
Totally.
stuck and suppressed and like not processing that pain. And it's like attaching the physical with the, you know, but then there are some people that, again, I don't know because my specialization doesn't necessarily focus on chronic pain. I have helped people with chronic pain too. Completely different approach, right? But I feel that there are so many different forms of chronic pain. If it's from injury, if it's from trauma, if it's from disease, if it's from, that there's so many. It's quite broad, like I would imagine. And so I just wondered if there was a specific like client that you do work with or focus on, or that, that they will be able to identify themselves like, ah, that's me. Yes. Okay. Or is it just like, if you're suffering from pain, just try it out?
Well, for me, I would love anyone suffering with chronic pain
Chronic.
to try it out. But my experiences with chronic pain have been physical, car accidents, falls, injuries.
Okay.
And the emotional pain, well, like I mentioned, adverse childhood experiences brought on are the root causes for me of pain on an emotional, psychological level. And actually, I'm going to be going to Connecticut this month to do a training with called ART, Accelerated Resolution Therapy, because this person specializes in trauma and with the imagery. And I am a fan of anyone who's creative, intuitive, and uses energy and believes in energy to heal trauma. I'm sure you can relate to that, right?
100%. And I've got quite a few episodes as well that are gonna and coming up that are more and more focusing on that, because yes.
And I
Yeah.
want to talk on that. On
Hmm.
that episode, I'll have something special to share with you about that. And so
Awesome.
I'm going to, for ammunition to combine with what I already have, because I work on the physical chronic pain. Yet, if there is any kind of trauma that comes up from that physical chronic pain, this technique is going to erase that memory and charge and allow you to breathe again and be in your body in a way that the hope is there. You were talking in the beginning about hope. My God, this is hopeful.
Yeah.
So for me, I've got my own system for the Fab 3 process. Feel your energy body, anchor your imagination, bridge your breath with your mind, heart, body, and pelvis. And this is for the physical. It does work on the emotional, yet I really believe in being able to erase the emotional charge
Hmm.
so that you have the facts of what happened, yet you're no longer triggered, and
Yeah.
be able to get your freedom back fully, fully.
Yes, yes,
That's my
yes. And I feel
goal.
that as well,
That's
like emotions and the energetics can amplify pain as well. I was talking about this in the last episode I recorded, just really, really quickly, and then I want you to bring up your testimonial. That when we don't understand the pain, or we're not, we fight the pain, we resist and we fight, and that just feeds the energy, it amplifies it, it makes it even more so. Like I gave you an example of when I was in labor, and the contractions and this extreme pain, right? And I'm just like shouting out, and it's because I'm fighting it, because I'm contracting against the contractions, like, ah, no, make it stop kind of pain, right? And then I'd practiced hypnobirthing before, but I wanted a natural labor, and the midwife came in and she kind of got me in the zone. She said, give me your hands, in your nose, out your mouth, relax the shoulders, relax the hips, like kind of lean into it, as opposed to fight and resist. And the kind of emotional charge and the energy around like fighting this thing, and like the pain and the pain and the pain and the pain, and bringing my awareness to just being present, and just being, and then like releasing specific areas. I went into like a trance, and it was like people, my husband and my mom, they were there, and they're like, is she having contractions? Because the machine was going bang, 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 but I was just like still, just breathing through it. And the pain had
amazing.
significantly reduced. I
Yeah.
was like, it's hurting me, but I'm not fighting it. I'm just letting it be there. And it was amazing.
And what I like to teach is a transition between sensations, to shift out of the idea of pain,
Mm-hmm.
and so that you're looking at sensations. You're going into pain, but what kind of sensation it is that you're having in the body. And it's the sensation, that reframing from pain to sensation, that is what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a pressure of life force doing what it's meant to be doing, right? And I was able to be present with it.
Exactly.
Bring my awareness to different things as opposed to pain, 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 pain.
Exactly.
Yes.
So reframe the word pain and identify the sensation.
Amazing.
That is the key. First step for my 6-week process is sensing. So this is the first phase of learning the sensing, how to sense in your body when it comes to the pain. The next one is the mastering of the fundamental skills. Then it's SMILES, the acronym SMILES. And I is for imagining. So using your imagination. And L is for loving on yourself, which is what you were doing in that moment as you are birthing. And then there's the experiencing it. And then I'm sure the savoring of it when you held your baby.
Yes, 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 yes. And by the way, this came up with my last episode guest talking about tantra, and very much about being and mindfulness and experiencing somatics. You know, so it was, yeah, I love this. It's very, very.
And not to direct people elsewhere, but I came upon this book a year ago called Wild Feminine by Tammy Lynn Kent, who is a physiotherapist, and her specialty is working with women and their bodies and babies and children and the pelvis. So I'm also here to say that there's some great women out there like you, Emily, passing on. We're rippling, having a ripple effect when it comes to healing each other. And I'm very, very grateful that you have given me this platform and this opportunity.
Thank you. And I'm very grateful for you sharing your time and your wisdom. And before we end it, can you pull up that testimonial? Because I think it's a beautiful testimonial. I'd love you to share that.
Before working with Blanche, I was in pain almost every day, a majority amount of the day. My ultimate goal was to be active without pain. And I'm able to, I did a 1-hour walk, and I've done like an hour and a half walk/dance out in the rain, and I had no pain afterward. And it has been the most magical feeling to get home and not feel that pain at the end of walking for so long, or even just sitting in my office desk for however much long, right, doing work. Any woman who has experiencing chronic pain now deserves that luxury of having the time where there is no pain, those pain-free moments, as Blanche calls them, experiencing that and experiencing life to the point where you want more of those things, but that it is possible. She makes that happen. She makes it come true.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. You really change lives, right? Like it really is transformational in someone's experience of their life and their reality. And I think that that is just incredible. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're out of time. So thank you for sharing your wisdom, your time with us today, Blanche. Big thank you to everybody listening. I hope you found our conversation as inspiring and enlightening as I did. You can find Blanche's links in the description, as I said earlier. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on your favorite platform. Your support helps me reach more listeners and hopefully make a bigger impact. I'd also love to hear from you. I'm sure Blanche would as well. What was your biggest takeaway from today? And we'd love to hear if you tried the actual exercise as well, and if you felt the energy and like I did. Like, oh, that was very cool. So stay curious, stay informed, and stay tuned for more episodes coming your way. Blanche, thank you again, and lots of love, everyone.
Love you back.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap. So yay, thank you for listening all the way through. I'm going to assume that means you liked it. So if you haven't yet, please go and hit the like and subscribe buttons. And don't forget to share this with someone who is into healing and come and say hi on our socials. We really, really would love to connect with you. The link's in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next episode.